What's up? Hey guys, welcome back to Adopted for Life. I'm your host Brianna, and today is a little bit of a special edition as it is video number 2 of this week. I know the quality is not fantastic on this video, but unfortunately my phone just died and everything else is packed away as I am moving on Monday. So, I wanted to start off by saying a huge thank you to everybody who has liked, commented, and shared my posts, as well as thank you so much for all the constructive criticism. I really do take it to heart. It does mean a lot to me, and I do consider it for my following and upcoming videos. So, today, I had a special request by a lady I got talking to last night on my Instagram. And she had a question for me. So Wendy says, "Hey, I know this is strange, but I'd love to hear your story about being adopted. Some of the things maybe you struggle with, and just your whole feel with the whole experience." So I'm going to try to make this as short and sweet as I possibly can, but it may be a little bit longer. I apologize in advance. So I was adopted when I was 10 months old along with my non-biological brother from Romania. My parents came over from Canada, picked us up, and we flew home. So we were brought up on an elk farm or acreage, a little smaller, as well as my parents own a welding manufacturing company that manufactures farm equipment. Both of my parents grew up in farming backgrounds. So farming is everywhere in my family, from livestock to crops to anything you can think of, which is actually really awesome and a really big part of who I am and who I have become. So, next of all, I just wanted to mention that I do have amazing parents, and I am so grateful for both of them. I may have not appreciated them as much when I was younger, but I definitely have a huge place in my heart for them. And I'm so grateful to them because they have created, I think, a wonderful human being. Anyways, we will come back to that later. So, our family grew up knowing God, but not having a personal relationship with Him until I was about in the 6th grade. So, that made a big impact on my life, and I think it was a good impact in many different ways. It was good and bad, and whatever, it came out the way it has. But that's where a lot of my morals and the things that I think make me a little bit of a softer person come from, and I'm really grateful for that. So I want to talk about the struggles, as Wendy asked. I don't want you guys to think of me as a negative person. I just want to present these. I do not look at them as negative things in my life anymore. When I was growing up, I did, but I have learned as I've grown and matured that these things are what have contributed to making me the person that I am, and for that I am honestly truly thankful. So struggle number 1, fitting in and bullying. So I was adopted. I do not know exactly why I was given up for adoption. My best guess is my parents had too many kids, and because of the economic crisis and how poor the country was, they couldn't afford to keep me, and so they thought my best chance at life would be to be adopted, and for that I'm honestly grateful for. But it does come with a price. There's always, at least for me, I don't know how guys necessarily relate with this, but I know for me as a female, I always wanted to fit in. I always wanted to be cool. I wanted to always have lots of friends and be involved with things, and just feel a part of things. And because of my overstimulation for that as a child, I ended up getting bullied quite a bit, as well as later on in life when I was in high school. It just changed a little bit, but it did still happen, and it kind of just happens throughout life. But So that was one struggle that I had growing up. And with that, one of the things that bothered me the most between the ages about 13, 14 years old and about 20, there was always something that I felt was missing. I didn't understand about myself. I didn't feel like I knew who I was. And it wasn't until I was sitting talking with my ex-fiance's mom. Yes, that's true. I was married, almost married once. But that's another whole story. I was talking with her and she said to me, you know what it is, Brianna? She says, you don't know who you look like. You don't know where you got your eyes from, where you got your smile from. And that is something that a lot of people take for granted. You know, I look at all my friends and I look at their moms and I'm like, oh, you totally look like your mom like this. And you totally look like your dad in this way. And blah, blah, blah. And that was something that I think I really struggled with. But what I came to realize after we had that chat was those things are important to me, but at the same time, what I can attribute to my parents and my family now is all the mannerisms and the way I deal with things, as well as my heart for people and animals. That stuff all can relate back to them. And so once I kind of had that settled in my mind, it really mellowed me out on that side of things. Second thing I was struggled with was looking for love and companionship. This is something I still slightly struggle with, especially on the love side. It's hard being 27 and single. But love is something I really struggled with because I always felt like I was kind of an outcast, even at home. My dad worked a lot. My mom and I didn't get along as well when I was younger, and it's really unfortunate. It's mainly because I was just a stupid teenager, really, rebellious and disrespectful, and all those fun things. Thank goodness I am past those years and have come out still alive. But yeah, so I've looked in the wrong place for love. I've looked it from guys. I've looked for it from other people. I've looked for it in other ways that were completely not healthy or sufficient. Next thing, change. I really did struggle with change. I did a whole blog about this a little while ago. If you haven't read it, you should. It's very true. When I was in high school is when it was really brought up to me. And my mom basically explained it to me as because I was younger and I was adopted and everything changed. Like, I went from being in a filthy, dirty orphanage in a third world country to coming to Canada on a plane, being picked up all the time by my parents, eating good, nutritious food daily, three times a day, which was unheard of over there. And just everything was new. I was a super curious kid. I was old enough that I was aware of things that were going on around me, and so change scared me. Whether it was, going to another country to go on a mission trip, or, moving to another province, which I eventually got over and did a ton of moving, or whether it was just the simple things that I had always known, like it was really, really hard for me when mom and dad sold the farm, sold the acreage. I felt like I lost my home, and I had to realize that home is where your loved ones are. It's not a physical place, and it's where your memories lie. So that's that. And then the last thing that I've learned, and this is just really recent, this year I really have come to grips with this one, is security. I've really struggled with security and feeling secure. And I think the number one reason that I have is because I try to place it in a person instead of, number one, in myself. And number two, to be honest, The only things that can be safe are the things that are constant. And right now, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of constant things in my life other than my family and my good friends. And I hope one day that I can place some of my security in a man that I love and who walks me down the aisle, and we stay together until the end of time. But that day is not come yet, so we will wait on that one. But that is definitely something that has bothered me. So now, after all of that, I want to end on a good note. So I want you guys to know what I'm most thankful for. And my number one thing would be opportunity. I don't know if my biological parents have any idea of what kind of life I was privileged with. I was not only given up for adoption to have a better life, but I was completely given a better life by my parents who came and got me and brought me back to Canada. I have so many opportunities that I would never have had over there if I had been adopted or not been adopted, or, had been just in that family. I've had so many experiences that I would never have had. And so that brings me to my second point of thankfulness. My parents, my brother, and the rest of my family. I am so thankful for all of you guys, and I love you so much. Everyone has been an amazing support to me, whether it was in hard times, whether it was in times that I need to learn and mature and grow, or whether it was good times and we were sitting around laughing, or, all the good memories. I'm so thankful to have that kind of a family. And then my last thing, of course, is growing and learning. I am so, so thankful to be able to grow and learn, to be able to read amazing books, to watch videos and listen to audiobooks and all that stuff, and just gain so much information. I am so thankful for all of the information and the things that you guys have taught me along the way, all my friends and my family. I would not be who I am today, and I would not be where I am today, as well as I would not progress to where I want to be. And that's another thing. I'm so thankful that I can have growth in my life. So what I would like to close with today is just a huge thank you guys for all of your support. Please, please, please don't forget to like, share, and comment below, as well as check out my other videos, and we'll keep pushing out videos. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please email me or get in contact with me on Facebook or Instagram. I would love to hear more from you, as well as if you have any upcoming ideas for more shows, I would love to hear that as well. Big special thank you to Wendy for getting a hold of me. I hope this helped you out a bit, and please stay tuned. I will be probably expanding on some of this stuff in the near future. Thank you so much for sticking with us for these 14 minutes, and we will see you guys next time here on Adopted for Life. Till next time, have a great week.